Alright, subpart F, transportation shipments, 375-601, must I transport shipment in a timely manner? Yes, transportation in a timely manner, also known as the reasonable to dispatch service, must provide reasonable to dispatch services to all individual shippers except for the transportation on basis guaranteed pickup, delivery, and dates. 375-603, what must I tender the transportation, shipment of the delivery? You must tender the shipment of the delivery with an individual shipper on the agreed delivery date within the period specified by the bill of landing. Request for the concurrence of the individual shipper, you may waive the requirement. 375-605, we must notify the individual shipper of the aim of the shipper when you are unable to perform the pickup of the delivery shipment of the date during the period specified in order the shipper to assume the delay becomes apparent. You must notify the individual shipper of the delay of that at your expense in one of the following 6 ways: by telephone, in person, fax, transmission, email, overnight courier, certified mail, return and receipt requested. You must advise the individual shipper the day of the period to be expected to be able to pick up the delivery shipment. You must consider the need for the individual shipper in order in your advertisement. You also must do the following things. You must prepare the written record of the day, of the time, manner of the notification. You must prepare a written record of your amendment date of the period of the pickup of the delivery. You must retain these records of the file of the shipment with a retention period of 1 year from the date of the notification. You must furnish a copy of the notice to the individual shipper to buy the first class of the person. The individual shipper requests for the copy of the notice. 375-607, what must you do if unable to tender the shipment of the final delivery more than 24 hours before a specified date? You may ask the individual shipper to accept the earlier delivery date. If the individual shipper does not consider your request, the individual shipper does not request the earlier delivery date, you may at your discretion place the shipment in storage under your own action at your own expense of the warehouse located near the destination shipment. If you place the shipment in storage, you must comply with the paragraph B of the section. You must comply with the paragraph C of the section at your discretion. B, you must immediately notify the individual shipper the name of the address of the warehouse where you placed the shipment. You must keep the record of the notification of the part of the shipment. The record your reasonable responsibility of the shipment of the under terms of the condition with the bill of landing and responsibility charge of the redelivery handling and until the charge you make the final delivery may limit the responsibility on the paragraph B of the section with agreed delivery date with the first day of the period of the time delivery specified in the bill of landing. Alright, 375-609. What must I do to ship the restored household goods in transit? A household good for the storage in transit for the period of the time of the expiry must comply with the section, must notify the individual shipper written with the following 4 terms: date of the conversion, permanently stored for the accident of the 9 months of the period, the date of the conversion with the permanent storage for the individual shipper, the file and the claims against you with the loss of damage occurred with the goods in transit during the storage and transit goods, fact of your liability, ending the fact of the individual shipper to property subject to the rules of the regulation, charge of the warehouse man. You must make the full notification on at least 10 days of the expiration date of either one of the 2 of the periods, the specified period of the time where the goods are to be held in storage. Maximum period of time provided with the tariff of the storage in transit must notify the individual shipper to possess miles transmission with an email, overnight courier with certified mail, return receipt requested. If you are holding your household goods in storage transit period of the time less than 10 days, you must give notification to the individual shipper of the information specified in paragraph B of the section 1 day before the expiration date of the specified time when the goods are to be held in such storage. You must maintain a record of the specific notification as part of the records and shipment. You fail to refusal notified individual shippers automatically affect the continuance of the carrier liability in accordance with the applicable tariff provisions with respect to the storage in transit until the end of the day of the following date with the actual given notice. H. When you place household goods in permanent storage, you must place the household goods in the name of the individual shipper to provide with the contact information shipper in the form of the telephone number, mailing address, and email address. Alright, subpart G, delivery and shipment. 375-701 must provide relief of the liability of the delivery receipt. You deliver to receive the shipping document must contain the language purporting the release of the discharge of your agent of liability. Delivery received must include the in statement of the property was received in apparent good condition except for the note of the shipment of documents. 375-703, what is the maximum collection on delivery amount that I made to demand at the time of delivery? A binding estimate, maximum amount with exact estimate with the charges plus the charges, additional charges requested by the shipper after billing landing has been issued. Charges apply for the applicable impractical operation defined with the carrier tariff. The maximum amount of the charges in practical operation must collect on delivery is an amount equal to 15% of the charge due to delivery. On non-binding services, the maximum amount is 110% of the non-binding estimate of the charge plus charges of the additional services requested. The shipper after the bill of the landing issued charges applicable to the impractical operation defined in charge tariff. The maximum amount of the charge for the impractical operation must collect the delivery in an amount equal to 15% of overall all the other charges due to delivery. Alright, 375-705. The shipment of transported one or more vehicles, what charges may I collect? At your discretion, you may do one of the following 3 charge things. You may defer the collection of all the charges until the delivery of the entire shipment. If you determine that the charge of the entire shipment, you may collect the charge of the portion shipment, the transit of the delivery. You must determine the percentage of the charge of the entire shipment and represent the portion of the shipment that's under the delivery. 3. If you cannot reasonably calculate the charge of the entire shipment, you must determine the charge of the portion of the shipment being delivered. You must collect the amount of the total charges that you asked of the transportation separate portion of the shipment shipment must not be more than the charges of the entire shipment. If in the event of the loss of the destruction of any part of the shipment transported on more than one vehicle, you must collect the charges as provided in 375-707. 375-707. If the shipment is partially lost or destroyed, what charges may be collected with delivery? If the shipment is partially lost or destroyed, you may collect the delivery a prorated percentage of the binding estimate, with a prorated percentage up to 110% of the non-binding estimate. Prorated percentage of the equal to percentage weight of the portion of shipment delivery relative to the total weight of the shipment. For example, if you deliver only 2,500 pounds, the shipment weighing 5,000 pounds, you may demand a destination applicable to 50% of the binding estimate, 50% of the more than 110% of the non-binding estimate. Charges and additional services requested if the shipper after the bill of lading has been issued. 3. The charge for the impractical operation that applicable except for the charges that may not exceed 15% of all the other charges due to delivery. Any specific valuation charge due, and you must bill the collective of the individual shipper any of the remaining charges collected for the delivery in accordance with the subpart H of this part. Alright, you must determine at your own expense the proportion of shipment based on the actual constructive ways not destroy the transit. You must disregard paragraph A1 of the section. Loss of the destruction value was due to the act or mention of the individual shipper. The individual shipper right for the additional non-lieu of any other rights the individual shipper may with the respective shipment of the household goods, your agents partially lost, destroyed, transit applied, whether or not the individual shipper exercised the right to obtain the refund portion of the published freight charges or corresponding with the portion of lost, destroyed shipments, including any charge of the accessorial terminal service at the time of the dispose of the claims loss, damage, injury, articles of shipment under part 370 of this chapter. Alright, 375-709. Shipment of the total loss is destroyed. What charges I collected delivery? You're forbidden collecting with requiring individual shipment to part of the and pay any freight charge, including in the charge of the accessorial terminal service of the household goods shipment if it's totally lost or destroyed in transit. If the following two conditions apply, that you must collect any of the specific valuation charge due. You must disregard paragraph A of the section. Loss of the destruction was due to action of the mission of the individual shipper. The individual shipper rights of the additional, not lieu of the other rights the individual shipper may have respect to a shipment of the household goods. You and your agent's total loss of the destroyed in transit applies whether or not the individual shipper exercises this right to provide a paragraph A. Subpart A, collection of charges. 375-801. What type of charges apply with subpart H? Subpart A, subpart apply with all the shipments of household goods entail the balance of the due freight with the expense bill and are transported on extension of the credit basis. 375-803. How must I present my freight or expense bill? You must present your freight or expense bill in accordance with 375-807 of this part. 375-805. I'm forced to relinquish the collect on delivery shipments before the payment of all the charges. How do I collect the balance? On collect on delivery shipments, you must present your freight bill for all transportation charges within 15 days required in 375-807. 375-807. What actions taken to collect the charges upon my freight bill? You must present a freight bill within 15 days, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and federal holidays of the day of delivery. A shipment of the destination credit card must be 7 days. The credit period must be 7 days, including Saturday, Sunday, and federal holidays. You must provide in your tariff following the 4 things. You must automatically extend the credit period a total of 30 calendar days if the shipper has not been in your freight bill within 7 days period. However, for the charges of impractical operations that are not collected with delivery, you must not extend the credit period beyond 30 days after the present your freight bill. Alright, you will accept the service charge of each of the individual shipper equal to one of the percent of the amount of the freight bill subject to the 20 minimum charge of the extension of the credit bill period. Will accept the service of the charge and 30-day extension of the charge of the unpaid. You may deny credit to any shipment that will fail to pay the duly presented freight bill within 30-day period. May grant the credit with the individual shipper. The individual shipper satisfies he or she will promptly pay all future freight bills duly presented. You must ensure all payments of freight bills are strictly in accordance with the rules and regulations of the part with the statement of the rates and charges. And subpart I, penalties 375-901. What penalties impose the violation of this part? Penalties provision Title 49 U.S. Standard Code Chapter 149 Civil Criminal penalties apply to this part. The penalties do not overlap. Notwithstanding the civil penalties, nothing in this section shall deprive any holder receipt of the bill of lading any remedy or right of action under existing law. And that was part 375, Transportation, Household Goods, Interstate Commerce, Consumer Protection Regulations.